The first thing that you notice about the Aegis Hammerhead is that it is absolutely massive. The landing gear are bigger than probably some of the ships that you've flown. The turrets are 3 times larger than any of the other turrets that you get to play in. And the hull is just made of the thickest metal found in space. It's also incredibly strong, with shields as high as a number that I can't even count to, and each turret is stronger than any other fighter in the game. They do 2.6 thousand DPS. That's like 2.5 arrows or 1.5 hawks. That's per turret, and there are 6 of them. One day 2, the turrets will be able to fire both ordnances and missiles. To get in, there are 2 elevators and 1 cargo hold. I opt for the cargo hold because of the beautiful view immediately on the inside. The first thing I noticed is that the ship interior actually has color. It's oranges and greens and reds. It's not just black and gray and white. There's the back turret right there on the tail, a dope-ass engine, another dope-ass engine on the other side, and then we make our way through. The runner lights are excellent. There's large crew quarters with bunk beds and showers with doors, of course, that open. There's lockers that open too that maybe you can interact with. I'm pretty sure there's no med bay on this ship. I've been all over this ship more than once. I'm fortunate enough to have a friend that has one, so I didn't have to wait for Fleet Week. But if there is one in a sneaky little place, please let me know. There's an engineering station, which, as you know, has an incredible computer that, unfortunately, we can't use yet on any of the ships that they're on. This is the first hallway with escape pods and then a turret at the end. You can see all the way down to the other side to the other turret. This is one of the middle turrets that goes up, the top center turret. That's the most important one if you ask any Hammerhead gunner, because you have the best view of everything. The side elevators help you get down to the ground without using the cargo bay. Be wary, first-time Hammerhead users, don't drop yourself into space on accident. It feels like you're going down to another level. This is the front port turret, and that's the front starboard turret. This is the main door to the cockpit, and, well, it's a bridge. Sorry, everyone. And this is the airlock that can take you outside. This is the easiest way to get in and out when you're in 0G. Sometimes the door's kind of finicky when you're in 0G, so just be patient or have the pilot use the open exterior feature. So we're going to jump down to the bridge here, which is beautiful looking. The pilot doesn't have any guns, and the co-pilot seat is sometimes bugged. I recommend not sitting in it all the time. But it's a cool looking bridge, and I love having glass that you can stand out over. There's also a captain's quarters, cool meeting room, and large refrigerator room. Wow, everyone put your palms on the table. We're playing a game.
Yo, Matt, stream your thing. I want to see this little round.
All right. Oh, yeah, we're placing a bottle of water.
Cool, just park it there. I'm coming.
Oh, hold on. All right, I'm opening up the airlock for you.
Shit, this thing is huge.
You're gonna want to go to the thing that's like right above where the cockpit
It doesn't
is. Right
work.
on center. There's an airlock.
Oopsie.
Above.
Being in the turrets of the Hammerhead is incredibly fun. With the fast rate of fire on the 4 guns, when you switch the fire mode, it's easy to get hits, and all of the hits do quite a bit of damage, which actually makes it feel like you're contributing to the fight a lot. It's important that the pilot doesn't move around too much because the turrets do most of the work, and if you have half or even a slight majority of the turrets manned, you have all of the angles covered, and the driver doesn't need to do anything. The hard part is if you have an overeager driver, then maybe you might have a little extra work to do when you're in the turrets keeping track of your stuff. Ultimately, when all of the turrets are manned and you have a good pilot, the Hammerhead is some of the most rewarding and satisfying combat I have actually experienced. It fulfills both childhood and adult fantasies of participating in space combat. And I gotta say, it's so delicious. I mean, when you're looking at the Hammerhead and all of the guns are going and you're blasting targets left and right, it is a unique feeling that absolutely no other game provides. Truly. Truly. The hard part is that coordinating the Hammerhead and getting that many people in the same place of the verse on the same schedule at the same time can be a lot of work. Now, I will say that it's definitely worth it, and if you have a group of friends willing to do it, I absolutely recommend it. Just make sure that you're clear about the time and the objectives, because if people are trying to screw around or do something else or fit in another mission before they make their way to whatever your planned Hammerhead activities are, you will be down somebody or you'll have to wait and they get 30k'd, blah, blah, blah. The point is, when you have seven people in a ship or in one place in the verse, it's a lot of work. I mean, you're almost 1/5 of the whole server. So take the time to schedule it ahead of time and then stick to that schedule, and you'll find yourself incredibly pleased at the combat results. Now, it's worth it to say that the Hammerhead does suffer from a weakness to EMPs. If any one of your shield sections are down and you get EMP'd, it will shut down. Right now, it will shut down all of the turrets and the shields and the systems, and it will leave you dead in the water for a little bit. I think that the EMP to shield, to hull damage, to system damage, system will all get more nuanced in the future, but right now, that is something that you're prone to be weak against, especially if you don't have all the turrets manned.